Goddamn. Fuck. Shit. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, back here, Like, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts. And yeah, I took a little bit slight break, since the last part. Not much happened. Not really. I did do slight stuff while in between the sessions when I closed this off and everything else. I'll explain real quick. Sorry, I'm so like when. Okay. When I left off last part, we finally, dealt with the Atlantis world, which wasn't bad. It just wasn't that great, but it was still fun, regardless of how certain other people will feel. I thought Atlantis world had a lot of potential that could have been improved in the sequel, but you get the point. It was fine for what it was worth. The way everything else turned out, though, for like the whole Atlantis adventure, it turned out alright. I thought a lot of it was just fun, exciting, and just interesting overall. I don't know. I'm guessing I'm a sucker for those types of, I'm guessing I'm more I tolerate a lot of more stuff than other people when it comes to certain levels in video games. One thing I will say, though, as in terms of just, like, everything else involved, in terms of, like, gameplay and other stuff of what I did after that, because, I didn't right away open up to this, I decided to do slightly some exploration in certain other worlds, mainly, what was it? Oh yeah, right, not Jungle Book. I keep on thinking it's the Jungle Book, but no, the world of Tarzan's, the Tarzan world, Deep Jungle, and I did their, the sliding, slide down, thingy, that, what was it called? The vine surfing thing, or the tree surfing thing. There's a thing that, if you go back to that, you get to do this little mini game where if you collect fruits, you get something good, / it's a time sort of thing. Also, remember when I always hit the side of the vines in the Deep Jungle when I couldn't go, like there's something to the left anytime before I have to go jump off and lead to the camp? Well, that does lead to something else that can lead to more fruit to what you get. And I actually did it decently the first time, actually. I might showcase it at some point, but not now. But yeah, that's why I have certain little items in my inventory now, and why as soon as I get into this place, Halloween Town, I'll be having my keyblade. No, I'll be using an AP up, because in that mini game, like the tree sliding mini game, I got a AP up because I did well enough in it, or I collected all the fruits in one go, or I collected the last, like the first part of it is on the normal slide part, and then you get to go into a cave. The first slide part has 10 fruits, and inside the cave is another 10. So I was able to collect both, and I got items separately for each. So, there's that. I will say I kind of like this world, but only because I'm a fan of this movie. And I just like the aesthetics, of what it does, especially to the characters. Yep, this is Sora, Donald, and Goofy, everyone. This sure is a spooky place. You could say it's spoopy, Would you say, Goofy, it's too spooky for you? I think you should turn back if that's the case. I'll bet the people here are scary looking too. Yeah, kind of. If they were, realistic looking, then yeah, that'd be even worse. But, as what they are, they're not that bad. Don't worry, we look spooky too. If they scare us, we'll scare them right back. I'm pretty sure that's a greeting in this place. You think so? But yep, this is one of those worlds where it does change the characters' models a bit, and they actually look pretty good, honestly. I do like Sora's design. Donald is interesting. I do like how he just has no, there's this slight part of him that's just missing as a mummy. Goofy? Yeah, you do you, Goofy. I know what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be Frankenstein, and it just makes me think, that screw in his head feels kind of a bit does that chafe? Does that hurt? I'm not sure. But overall, Goofy's Frankenstein, Donald's a mummy. I'm a vampire thing? I'm assuming. I will say, I do like the the appearance he has while he has this out. Like, you can see that his icon changes, their icons change. It's pretty nice overall. Let me check something. Oh, let's see. Why didn't I see this before? Okay. Just double checking. Okay, double checking. Okay. Oh, right. This ability only works in Atlantica, so you know it's a decent shared ability. It's just you can't use it outside of anything else. Okay. Journal. Chronicles. All right, Atlantica. Yeah, we did that. Sorry, I'm not gonna read the Ansem's report just yet. I'm just taking them the whole thing that says like I'm just doing the whole thing. I'm reading it so that way it takes off the new icon because I don't want it flashing every single time I go here. Ariel, wait, what? She wasn't in the journal before, or maybe it's something that says like, or maybe it updates because these journal articles do, or the journal entries for characters, Heartless, do update. I do want to mention that Gemini does update these. It's just that it's kind of weird that, like that sort of happened. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, look, Splash Tunnel. This is what I mean. Like, if you go down the ramp with 10 fruits, you get the best time. My best time was 3:3:60, but only because I forgot a couple of fruits. The first 10 are from the regular side, and then you get into the cave or the splash tunnel, there's 10 more. And depending on how well you do, you get the maximum time there. What you get for them is kind of a bit, the first time is a little bit lackluster. Like, I think it's either elixir or, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I got an elixir for doing the whole sliding down thing once and getting all 10 fruits the first time, or the first time I ever did it. I'm not saying it's a bad, like, consolation prize. It just doesn't feel as great as an AP, like, boost that you can get. Like I said before, never waste them on Donald and Goofy. I know that's technically not correct. Like, maybe they can get better, but still, you know, it's not by much. Anyway, let's see. Anything else I need to look at?
This is it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what that does. Okay. Okay. I don't get why this is a thing, but I guess you can turn on one of these things to turn it on, I guess. Well, whatever. Guillotine Square. Ooh, there's smoke coming out from that building. Ah, great. These things. Are these things gonna attack? Okay, they're just standing there. Okay, maybe this will do something. Oh, it seems like as if they're not attacking for some reason. Huh, I know why they're not attacking, but I'm just saying. I will say real quick, also one other thing I do like about this world is that they actually slightly change up the Heartless a little bit in character model. In terms of, like, aesthetics. Like, you guys see the Heartless all the time. They're usually just cartoonish looking. But in this world, they actually give them, like, a more dirty effect sort of thing. Like, give them brushes of dirt or something like that. Make them look grungy. Make them look like as if they actually belong in this world with some detail to them. It's kind of like with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. You can see that they have a little bit more slight detail variations to their own skin and stuff like that. You can tell that they're trying to fit into this world, more so than just, like, sticking out like sore thumbs. They kind of look like they could fit. And the Heartless as well also look like they could fit, although I don't think that they, actually redesigned the models and gave them, like, extra, like, stitches and stuff. I'm pretty sure that they always look like this. But it's a nice little detail that I like about this world the most. Like, I like it how it looks. I like how they do change the characters or the models, stuff like that. It's nice. Also, one other thing, these diver guys are pretty at home at this place, actually, surprisingly enough. Like, I always thought these guys were meant for this world only, but they appear very early on, before you ever get to Halloween Town. So it's kind of weird how these guys appear beforehand, and you fight them. But it's cool that they're here, because they definitely fit more into this world than the others. Or the other ones they were in. I don't know, it feels like that.
And now, allow me to introduce the Master of Terror, the King of Nightmares, Jack Skellington!
I always thought this was kind of cool that the Heartless did this. And I always thought that Jack could actually be one of the few people I think of that could be good, while also controlling the Heartless.
Bravo, Jack! Bravo! Those ghosts will be a big hit at this year's Halloween!
Thank you. But their movement still needs work. It's not scary enough.
Well,
I want to strike bone-chilling terror. I'm going to consult the doctor.
Then I'll go attend to the decorations.
at that. So, you come here often? So yeah, again, I think Jack could actually be one of the few people I can think of, at least in Disney's world, in this game, or, you know, this game's logic, that could control the Heartless purely because he can. I think mainly because he's scary enough and he has a title that seems dark, but he's a good guy. So I think he could actually control Heartless if he wanted to, slash, you know, if they allowed that type of thing. And at first you'd think that too, but no, that he's not controlling the Heartless in the way you think he is. You'll see what I mean. There's quite a That's quite a costume. Welcome to Halloween Town. Our town. Halloween means everything, and so does it in our world apparently. Jack and the rest of us are always looking for new ways to scare people, and apparently recruiting Heartless is another one of those things. But yeah, these Heartless, yeah, they're not attacking us yet. But well, you know, they're not attacking us yet. That's the main thing. But yeah, they seem docile. I'm wondering how they did this. How did they make these Heartless so obedient?
I don't understand. Maybe the guidance system was damaged in the explosion.
Nonsense. My devices are always perfect.
Oh, I've got it. Why, of course. The Heartless need a heart. Do you think we can add a heart to that device?
Certainly. A heart's not all that complicated. Let's get to work.
To make a heart, first take a container with a lock.
We need the key to this thing first.
You're really gonna unlock it for them? Why not? If they succeed, we won't have to fight the Heartless, right? Besides, I want to see the Heartless dance too. That would be funny to see, but I think one of them does, but only in an attacking way. Don't you? Not really. Heartless dancing, that'd be interesting.
My, that was amazing. And you are...
Sora.
Well done, Sora. I'd like you to be a part of this year's Halloween.
What's this Heartless doing here?
Oh, the Heartless came to town just recently. What's frustrating is I can't get them to dance with me. So, the doctor and I are trying to improve the guidance system.
How did you do
He's
this?
Quite a genius. Okay, doctor, let's continue. The ingredients for a heart. Pulse. Emotion.
Terror?
Fear. Hope and despair. Mix them all together, and we have a heart.
Okay. Very messed up heart, but okay. Heart has more emotions than just, you know, fear and despair and all that other negative parts, but... I'm guessing you guys should have mixed it together into a bowl.
Maybe we're missing some ingredients. Let's try adding memory. Sally? Sally! Good for nothing girl. Don't know why I bothered creating her. Sally's got the memory we need. See if you can track her down.
No problem. Sora, would you like to come along?
Sure.
Getting involved again. Sorry, Donald. Gotta replace you again. There we go. I keep on thinking it's gonna just switch to him immediately, but whatever. But, It's kind of amazing that they created a device that controls Heartless, like a, like a transmitter sort of thing. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just kind of interesting. I don't know, I just find it odd. But, yeah, that's why they're able to control the Heartless. They have this weird device that they're making that controls them for a bit, well, if you know anything about mad science movies and stuff, you know for a fact this isn't gonna last.
Jack! We have a major crisis!
Well, speaking of which...
The Heartless are completely out of control! We can't stop them!
And there we go.
Maybe our experiment triggered something. Everything will be fine, Mayor. You have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I know how you feel, Donald. But, that's what I was saying. Like, anytime this type of thing happens, you know for a fact it's never gonna end well for anyone. Yeah, seriously. Like, you guys had to have known that these guys were going to attack eventually. Or they were gonna be very much, like, destructive at some point. Okay, calm down. I will say, I do want to look at some of the Heartless more, like, directly, but unfortunately, we can't really do that. Well, we can, it's just, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. Sorry, Bolts of Sorrow and Ghostly Scream is really the only thing Jack needs right now. Mainly because they're, long-distance range attacks. And his own, I think fighting is actually decent. Okay, Jack is 35, Goofy's 35. Well, let me check. Good. Okay, Strength, yeah, 30. Yeah, see, look, Jack's like the strongest one of us, out of all of us. And he has a good enough amount of MP, so, Oh yeah, I forgot to show this, actually. Anytime there's, like, a party member you have, you can usually check out their stats and your stats, too. We have more, mainly because, we have these stuff that we can look at, so, there's that. So, it's something. Oh yeah, right, I used the AP up. I was thinking, like, did I use that thing? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna try to synthesize items a little bit later, / grind for some of the items, some synthesis items. So keep that in mind. Was that you, Jack? Oh, right. I think I know what spell that was. Okay, for those of you real quick wondering what Jack just did, I think yeah, that's gravity. That's another spell we'll learn a little bit later on. Okay, yeah, look, if you can see the Heartless, yeah, look, right there, you see it? They seem to have more, like, detailed shading, including the little guys, these little guys. It's like, it's really amazing that they bothered doing this, at least in this world, because it's like, the other worlds, I'm pretty sure, also have a color, like, scheme like this type of thing, where it's like, they shade the characters and the Heartless to a degree to make it look like as if, like, both they're brighter and they look a bit different. But in Halloween Town, it looks way, way more noticeable, which I really appreciate. It's like, I really, like, in other worlds, I wouldn't have noticed it directly. At least if I didn't stare at it for too long. But right here, I notice it right away, which is very cool and very good, honestly. But that's just my personal opinion on the whole matter, I guess. Let's check this place, too, once the Heartless here are out of the way. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna test out what Genie does when you actually have him out or fight him. Also, one other thing that they kind of do is change your Keyblade a bit, I think. In the second game, they do it more noticeably, but like they also give the shading texture things to your Keyblade, although I'm not sure if they do it here.
Stop! Come on! This should help. Here! This is it! Gotcha! Take that!
Okay, there we go.
Take that! See ya! Gotcha!
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, I was like wondering, it couldn't just be that Genie does nothing. Yeah, it's like, he's supposed to do something, right? I don't know why at the practice arena he wouldn't do anything. Maybe I have to lock onto targets? I was locked onto people, so I don't get why he didn't attack. Like, again, this is just weird, honestly. It feels weird. But that's what Genie does. He
Zero, have you seen Sally anywhere?
releases a magical barrage of storms, so, you know, it's something he does.
Is something wrong, Jack?
No, everything's going great.
Well,
We're going to have the best Halloween ever. All we need now is your memory.
Memory? You mean this?
Flower? Forget me not. Okay, that's a
Jack,
plant.
I have a bad feeling about this. Why don't you try something else? There's still time.
Nothing could beat what I've got planned. Once we
Ugh.
give the Heartless a heart, they'll dance just as I envision it.
Well,
Trust me, you're going to love it.
oddly enough, the Heartless, oddly enough, putting a Heartless in our heart sounds like a bad idea, right? It is. Well, at least in this case. Although, weirdly enough, later on we'll learn that, you know, Heartless actually do have hearts. Except it's sort of weird. It's a bit confusing, even in its own right, and it's hard to explain fully for that one, but we'll get to that when we get to that. First, Halloween Town, yeah. Did it say Pluto? Oh, right. Mayor, Zero, Dr. Frankenstein, Finkelstein, right. I was like wondering, it's Finkles. It's something, it's not Frankenstein. It's supposed to be a different name, right? Yeah, it's Finkelstein. Whatever you want to call it. What was I gonna look into again? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, by the way, Jack's a mage character, except more of an attacking mage, not a healing one. This ain't good.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I sure did.
Really
A
are
heart.
stupid.
What should we
Isn't
do?
it obvious? Tell Oogie Boogie.
What the hell was all that about? Okay, I have no idea what happened there. Like, the text just didn't pop up for them for a bit, and then they tried to, like, say stuff, and then the text... It really went to hell with that text box. I'm not sure whether or not that's a glitch or not, or whether or not that was my PS4. Like, I have no idea. I think that was a glitch. But let's not discuss it too much, I guess. But anyway, we got here in a quick amount of time, right? Yes, this is it. Now, just one more ingredient. We need surprise to complete this thing. The mayor should know where it is. You know, leaving it... Going behind... Never mind.
That bonehead Jack is really making a heart?
Yes.
I'll be jiggered. That works for me. Ooh, when I get my hands on that... Well, I've got no hands, but I'm still gonna nab that heart and control the Heartless.
I thought Maleficent would help you control the Heartless. Like, for an evil organizational, like, league thing that you guys had there, you guys sure don't help each other, at least in regards to smaller things. But anyway, do you think it's really, like, wise to leave this guy alone with the heart that's kind of needed for this whole experiment? I don't think so. I really wish Donald could stay behind and help him, but he's with us technically in spirit. Well, you know, he's with us, but, you know, you get the point. Well, let's go talk with the mayor, I guess, after we deal with these Heartless. I definitely need to grind at some point, for levels at some point. Not now, but later, because, you know, possibly getting my butt kicked a lot in future levels does not sound that great to me. Come on. Stay down. Haha. Feel the power of my Keyblade, crab thing that's able to basically shock you. The crab claw is very good, actually, as a Keyblade because it has better magic than the other Keyblade I had. So for now, it's actually a pretty decent, like, trade away to use, so, you know. Well, thanks. Seriously, thanks. I didn't... Like, usually these guys have better reflexes than I do, apparently. Either that or they're programmed to be faster. He's like, I literally wish I could have been that fast to catch the guys as soon as they come out, but apparently it's like, oh, these guys come out too fast for me. Either that or these guys are programmed to do this thing, you know. Which I don't blame them, but still. Anything else? When I say the name... Biggest... Dickus? By the way, yeah. That's also something I want to mention. I actually finished watching a clip from Life of Brian, and it was the Monty Python skit of, you know, there's this guy who's just, you know, there's this character, Brian, I believe, yeah, his name's Brian, who's brought before, a political or, you know, Roman figure. I think his name was Caesar, no, not Caesar, I think it's someone else, and he, like, says stuff, and then they get to the point where it's like, oh, I have a very good friend in Rome named Biggest Dickus. And that's supposed to be, like, a joke name that they, like, you know, make fun of. It's like, oh, no, sir, it's a joke name, you know, like a City of Sonus, sir, or Biggest Dickus. And he says, oh, there is someone named that, and I know him. And then, like, he feels insulted that they're insulting his friend like that, so he says, okay, you know what? If anyone laughs at the name Biggest Dickus, you're out of here. And everyone starts laughing, mainly because he keeps on repeating it, like, Biggest Dickus is such an important figure, stuff like that. I do recommend seeing it because despite it being slightly immature as a joke sort of thing, it's still pretty funny for what it's worth. Like, that idea is never not funny. Trust me, it never isn't. But you get the point. I kind of don't get the point of this, but it's there for you, I guess. I think this is Jack's house, actually. Hold on. Still creepy looking. I think this is Jack's house. I think. Actually, hold on. Let me check. Actually, yeah, I think it is. I'm assuming. Because, like, his house is always the one that's, like, weirdly shaped. And I know that's, oh, weirdly shaped in this place? You don't say. But I do mean that in a serious sort of manner. It's like, there's usually his house looks like a what do you call it, like a bottle sort of thing, like a rounded bottle, like, you know, thin at the top and a little bit like more fuller and rounded at the base. You know, sort of like that sort of look. Except it's more of a tower after all, so, you know.
Here. Stop.
Hold up, let me grab this. Okay, good.
Thunder.
Come on. Thank you, Jack. I think. Oh, there. Here he is. He's like, I knew, like, I was starting to think, like, okay, where is he? Because if I can't find him, I'm gonna be a little bit screwed there.
Fire.
But yeah, here he is. Here's the mayor. Now that this can be a little bit obtuse if you don't know about it. It's like, how are you supposed to know you're supposed to go back to the graveyard and go into the gravestone that, you know, Shot, Lock, and Barrel came out of, and then just, like, you know, assume he's here? Well, I don't know what to tell you, because, in all honesty, I'm pretty sure some people were could be lost in this little detail, but whatever. Ghosts rise from those tombstones. Check the tombstones in the order the ghosts appear. If you get it wrong, you're in for a surprise. Well, for Pete's sakes. No, not that. I know. Duh. Splendid. Now go look at the pumpkin. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, Jesus. Apparently, oh, okay. Apparently, doing that whole like little puzzle thing. Wait, what? Wait, I didn't want to do that. Hold up. Let me go back. Give me a second. Thank you. okay, good. Because I was kind of worried there for a second. Apparently doing this with the ghost apparently broke open this pumpkin and then just did this. Well, okay then. Oh, what the? You guys saw that, right? Can you turn my back into? You guys saw that thing move, right? It wasn't just me.
Thunder.
Okay. Like, I'm not going crazy, right? I saw that skeleton on the tree move. It was moving.
Here. This is it.
Well, you guys too. Seriously, I can never figure out what to do with these guys sometimes. I understand the basics of what some of them want me to do, but sometimes they just like ask for some things that I don't either have the spell to, / I don't get how to do it fast enough. I can only have 3 commands on me, and even then right now, I don't have the commands that I need fully. But it's like, you get my point. Those things are a little bit harder to do, and maybe some people can make it work better than I could. And trust me, there are people that can do that. But I'm just saying, I'm not one of those people. So there you go. Hold up, let me just save. This is one of the closest save points. I don't think there's any other ones until a little bit later, so... Them's the rocks. Them's the rocks. I don't know why I'm saying them's the rocks. I think I've heard that phrase once before. I assume it's a phrase or something some people either say, or it's a phrase I've heard about before. come on. Okay, ooh, good. I'm kind of hoping to do the whole hurricane thing. Okay, I got more MP. HP, sorry. I was thinking like MP? AP? HP? There's a lot of P's here, and I can't tell which one's mine. I don't know. Okay, maybe. Okay, just for a cleaner joke, for anyone who wants to hear a cleaner joke. With this many P's, I'm wondering how the Q's are doing. My mother always told me to mind my P's and Q's. I didn't expect her to mean this. Okay, there you go. There's some cleaner jokes, just in case if anyone wants them. Your choice as to whether or not to accept it. Yes, this is it. A Jack-in-the-Box as a surprise. Okay, so we have. Okay, let me get this straight. What you're planning to put into a heart? That's either cloth or skin, which is scary on either front, and metal. You're planning to put inside this heart a frog for the pulse, a spider for fear of for an emotional thing, glass, somewhat a broken glass that you're gonna scratch your nails on, maybe, for terror, I guess, and also hope and despair, was it? You know, something yin and yang-esque, which are two snakes trying to swallow each other. You're planning to put those things and a plant, forget-me-not, and a Jack-in-the-Box in it. And you think that's what a heart is made of. Well, okay then. Like, I'm not gonna judge. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely judging, but still, it's like, who came up with this, like, type of ingrediental, like, thing? Did somebody say, like, when they looked at a heart, they said, you know what a heart really needs? It needs a Jack-in-the-Box. And then this came about. To be fair, you guys are all crazy enough to do this, so.
It's sure to work.
So I'm just saying. Okay, first of all, troublemakers. The only few kids in kids media that I think should definitely deserve a good whapping. And what I mean by that, I mean like good whacking, except it's different. Anyway, the nerve of those little hooligans stealing my work. Yeah, the nerve of them. But then again, they're lock, shock, and barrel. So, oh yeah, by the way, that's the whole gimmick of lock, shock, and barrel. They're just troublemakers. They're trick-or-treaters in Halloween Town, which are apparently humanoid beings that aren't the monster characters, but they're semi-important. I don't know, it's never fully explained where these guys came from, but it's explained that they're trick-or-treaters that cause trouble. Locke is the semi-leader, ringleader of them. Barrel, or Shock, is literally the girl. I think she's the smarter one of them, I think. And Barrel is just the third goofy one. It says he's slow, the thing, all that stuff. So yeah, these guys are just sort of human characters, it's just that they're trick-or-treaters.
We lost them.
But they trick more times than they get treats, I think.
Zero! After them, quick!
After who? You didn't tell me who you're after. Seriously, that'd be a good, like, question to ask. Oh. Ah, these things. I was wondering when you guys were starting to come in. Is like the Wraith Knights are like one of the few things that, like, there's a couple of enemies that only exist, again, that are world exclusives, except for, you know, the Olympus Coliseum, but that's a different story. That are world exclusive to, you know, each of their world. The Wraith Knight was one of them. These ghost things, like the what were they called again? Divers, ghost divers, whatever these things are called. They aren't, world exclusive, as you can tell. But the Wraith Knights and these things, whatever those things were, they are. So give me a second. There we go. Let's take a look. Here we go. Gargoyles. Wraith Knight. Search Ghost. Okay, that's what these things are. Technically, Search Ghosts appear in a lot of other, like, places. They appeared in the underwater parts of Atlantica. They appeared in Monstro first, I believe. But they aren't version exclusives, so, you know. So, you know, a lot of these Heartless are pretty decent. At least pretty cool in design, I think, for their version exclusive stuff. At least I believe so. Like, I do like the design of, like, the Wraith Knights in this world. And I think the Gargoyles are fine. But I think, like, some of the other ones are pretty cool and decent here and there. But, you know, I can't think of some that are version exclusive off the top of my head. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Oh yeah, these guys have a bathtub that walks on 4 legs. It's their main mode of transportation. I'm not sure what else to say about it. Like, I kind of don't get it either myself, but it's a thing. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Like, I'm trying to figure out how Genie works a bit, because it's like... He doesn't work the way I think he does, but he works in the way I'm not sure about. Like, you'll see what I mean. Well, I think I get what he's... I get how... I think I get how... you know, Genie sort of works, I believe. At least I think. Like, again, I'm not completely 100% sure on Genie. It's just like... It's a guess. All you really have to do is log on to certain enemies, target them, and then he'll target them, I assume. Like, again, it's completely like, not completely 100% on, I'm not 100% on that, because there's some little things here and there, but I don't think it's like, I think it's somewhat like what I just said. Any more of those stupid black fungus monsters? Okay, good. Because I don't want to deal with that. Okay, Does this lead somewhere else? Okay, no, it's shut tight. Oh, what's this? Try lighting it.
Fire!
Okay, real quick to explain what that just did. Do this, and there we go. Yeah, so there you go. If you think it's like somewhat tedious to go back and forth from, you know, the chest to that little small area with the giant straw doll and the former big pumpkin, then this is your, what do you call it? Your shortcut to the pumpkin patch from the graveyard. I think it's a decent little, what do you call it? You know, fast travel system, or at least a shortcut. It's just, I'm not the biggest fan of it because of the fact that in order to use it, in order to use it from now on, you have to make sure you light up this torch thingy with a fire spell every single time. And yes, you have to do that. You have to make sure to actually light up the actual, like, spells. The actual, like, lantern pick-me-up system, and you have to light it up with a fire every single time when it's on the other side. Usually, see, like, it was out a second ago. I think these things might have lightened it. Real quick, what these things are is basically they're just pumpkin bombs. Literally pumpkin bombs. I think when it exploded, it lit this thing up. So, you know, if you don't have magic on this side, you could always use these pumpkin bombs, I guess, which is fine. But on the other side, if you ran out of magic over there, you'd be kind of not be able to, you know, actually fast travel here. And I know it's not, oh, you're completely screwed, because you could always go through the grave, grave thing, go through here, and then you're just, you know, out of, you know, literally here again. But still, it's like, it's a nice shortcut that I think is useful. It's just, I really don't think it's... I really don't think they should make it so it's like, oh, it's permanently, like, you need to keep, you know, keep needing to relight it every single time you go in between each section. I literally think maybe they should just allow it to be, like, literally just, like, as soon as you light it the first time, it's forever stays lit sort of thing. But, whatever.
Thunder.
Apparently, I'm not the, what do you call it? I'm not the Keyblade Master or the game designer, so, you know. Whatever. Okay, just double checking. I was thinking, like, huh, why don't they do anything? Okay, just double checking. Okay, White Trinity. I was thinking, like, is there a Trinity here or something? Is there anything else here?
Come on.
I think there's some chests, but those are in the other area, I believe.
Come on. Thunder.
Ha ha ha! That's what you get.
Thunder. Stop. This is it.
See, I love I love the time stop spell. Like, did you see that? That looks so stupid, but looks so cool at the same time. I love doing that.
Come on.
That's why I like the time stop spell so much. It's just so useful / funny to look at whenever you get the chance. It's just fun, honestly. It really is. Anyway, you guys see that, right? I don't know why that sort of looks wrong to me. I'm guessing it's because it doesn't look that great. Like, I understand what they're going for. And it makes sense that, oh, you can see the things through these pumpkins. But it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't look too right to me, I guess. Well, whatever, it's nice that that's a little detail you can notice. I thought that my game was breaking, or like something was clipping through the pumpkin. Well, like something else was clipping through the pumpkin. I was thinking like, that doesn't look right. But nope, it's supposed to. It's supposed to look like that, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, it's not that great. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just I noticed it and I thought, oh, that doesn't look good. Thanks, Jack. See, look, Jack is doing a decent enough job with his magical spells, even if he runs out of MP pretty quickly. I will say, I think Jack, at least in this game, is one of my second favorite guest character that you can have on your party. Which, there isn't that much. I'm kind of surprised by it a little bit. Well, especially with how, like, certain other characters react, but that's a different story altogether, and I'll explain it in a bit. For those of you curious, in Kingdom Hearts, 2, you do get more party members, and usually, at best, for every world in Kingdom Hearts 2, you usually get one buddy, like one person from that world, or just a companion for that world, usually, like at least one you can replace with Donald and Goofy. In Kingdom Hearts 1, the first one, there's not that many, because like the first world we were in, Alice in Wonderland, well, and I know Traverse Town technically too, but that's more of a hub world than anything else. You know, or at least a rest stop world, semi. But anyway, Alice in Wonderland, we don't get any buddies for that one, and I kind of expected either the Cheshire Cat, or if you never played it, and you assume there's buddies, or Alice herself, but you know, there's that issue. And then there was the Olympus Coliseum, which doesn't have buddies because you're doing tournament stuff. Although, oddly enough, in the second game, you know, when you do get buddies, you do have a buddy in Olympus Coliseum in that game. But it's not Hercules. You'll see who it is later if you don't already know. But who else was there? Oh yeah, there was also some other stuff here and there. Another buddy, you could, and then like the next world we were in, the jungle, deep jungle. Yeah, Tarzan was our buddy, but that's the only other one like out of the first 3 worlds, you only get one buddy, and it was Tarzan. So that was interesting. Okay, and the next world was Aladdin. Of course, we got Aladdin. You know, Agrabah, Aladdin, of course. Then we had the Little Mermaid, which we had Ariel. So you know, there we go, another buddy. But, you know, Monstro, the world itself, like, you know, Monstro, we didn't have Pinocchio as a buddy, or Geppetto, or anyone else. Or even Riku. He only helped us in one boss fight, and that wasn't really a buddy thing, so. And now we have Halloween Town with Jack, and that's it, really. So, out of, like, the first 3 worlds we were in, like, the first 3, there was only one buddy, and now we're getting a few more buddies, but now we have... you know, not less. Now we only have, like, one world where we didn't have a buddy, and we have these other 3 worlds that did have buddies. So, it's a weird balancing act that I noticed. It's like, huh, could they have not given you more buddies in different places? Not saying completely, like, oh, we need buddies all the time. It's just kind of weird in there. But anyway, let's just move on before I get really, really crazy and go way too deep into this. Because I've been talking for like a few minutes, by God.